knives, kettles, vermilion, mirrors, beads, and among other things, a Jew's heart. The trader usually ignored the restrictions placed by the authorities on the sale of rum or
That was great. That. Whoops. Highway 7 down here. This is the area Pretty Boy Floyd was camped out after they had a car accident. As you can see, I'm way up here on the banks here. That's the Ohio River looking out there. Thickly heavily wooded area here. This is where they hid, up here, and they were discovered by some locals. You can see it's very steep here. This is why they picked this spot. They could see everything around here, and they figured they'd be safe. Down there's the main highway. There's a tavern. You see, it gets even steeper. Where it's cleared off here, so you can get a better view of what it's like up here, where Pretty Boy Floyd and Ricchetti were camped. See, the highway has cleared a right away, and the town of Wellsville is just right over there, right over those trees on the right. Anyway, to give you an overview, over there's that's West Virginia over on that side. Looks like an oil refinery. So this here is the area that they were in. You can see it's pretty steep up here. And there's even more height up in there. And they fled way up and through there where I was earlier. But I believe this may be the site right here. See Route 7 right there. I'm on the Ohio side of the Ohio River, and over there in that smoke there we got it. Scene of Pretty Boy Floyd, where the initial shootout started right here. these two rocks. Down there's the Mead's Tavern. I'm zooming in on the rocks. You see them there, right there. Down there looms Wellsville, and you can see the hills. And toward this way here, along Route 7, there's the Meads. Toward that way is East Lip. very wild, very muddy, dirty roads. And this is where they, the Rangers and the other police set Bonnie and Clyde up. With the help of the Methvins, they got their camp out here. They got them to camp out here, rent a little rundown cottage to keep them away, you know, so when they did finally, when the time was right and they did finally were able to shoot them, so that they would be far away from causing any casualties to any people not involved. Scenery here, back in the area where the camp was, it's now run by the power company, and it's private property, no trespassing. So I'm back in here just to show you, kind of give you a lay of the land in the way. Now there's a car there. You can see how muddy this road is and how inaccessible it was. This was picked deliberately. Bonnie and Clyde liked this type of territory here where no one would know where they were. And they would go in towns like Gippsland and those type towns to pick up their mail. I'm back in the area of where their camp was. Now the buildings and stuff are no longer there, but you can see these roads here were, a lot of these were for the timber industry, where they cut timber back in here, and you can still see the results of a lot of the timber here that was cut down, and you can see some of the new timber coming up in this area here. Just another scene here showing you, as you can see, it's a tree farm back here, the area where Bonnie and Clyde's camp was. See the type of topography here. Things, and it apparently is an emotional type issue with them, and they want to present themselves as like respectable business. Now, at the top of this hill here is where the marker is for Bonnie and Clyde, where the ambush site is. This is the main road. However, as I was talking to another woman here who lives in the area, she told me that the site here of where this ambush really occurred was right there at this curve here, because this would have concealed, he would have had to go around this corner. He would have been startled a little bit when he saw the van, or the pickup truck of Methvins, pulled over to the side, and it provided better concealment. So the lady assured me that this curb right here was actually where it was put, but the monument was not placed there because of local traffic problems, people slowing down on this curb. So that's what she insists happened. And they would have come down here. Now, the top of the hill there. Therefore, the Rangers were up in here, probably. And from looking at this lay of the land here, it does appear that this would provide a better concealment area, where because you're on top, literally on top of a hill. And as they were looking at the car, there was evidence that a lot of the bullets had been fired down from a car. So, and there's another road that goes back into another logging area. So, from what this woman has told me, I think there may be something to this. Area here would also provide a visibility from either direction. Of a long, and would provide better concealment here on this hill. So this probably is the area here. And I've been told that by one or two other people also. Here you can see the marker where the Bonnie and Clyde coming up over these dips. That's where the monument is. Road. Down this road is where the woman told me it really happened, which is right, there's a curb there at this road. And looking at this and looking at the lay of the land, it is you can see a dog running across the road there. It does look like an excellent area where, you know, they would be had to slow down around the curb. Now, she said that they did not put the marker there because of people slowing down, and they were afraid an accident would happen. So I believe this is, I've surveyed this topography here, and I believe that probably is a lot to that. On this site, May 23rd, 1934, Clyde Barrow and Bonnie Parker were killed by law enforcement officers. And there goes a timber truck right down the road. And at the time that they were shot, there was a timber truck that came down the road also. So you can see that the timber industry is still pretty important in this area. There comes another timber truck, although this one here doesn't have a load, but local flavor here of some of the houses along this area. You can still see it's kind of a rustic area. This is the kind of hideout. If this gentleman here permits me to invade his privacy, it just taking that for effect to show you still the type of area that Bonnie and Clyde frequented back here. We have front view of these are the type of cabins and cottages and things Bonnie and Clyde like to hide in. All right.
My name is, so you'll
Yeah.
have it down.
Yes, sir. Would you please?
I sure will. My name is Larry Joyner. I live in Arcadia, Louisiana, about 18 miles from where Bonnie and Clyde were killed in May of 1934. I became interested in Bonnie and Clyde a few years ago. We have quite a bit of memorabilia about their death and their history and everything like that. And it's always a pleasure to share it with anybody that comes by. We don't try to make a huge amount of money off of it. We just try to break even. And we're happy to tell and to do everything we can to help everybody get the real true story about the two horrible people that were killed by our law enforcement officers here in Bienville Parish. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Joyner. Mr. Joyner.
Hello there, Brother Liebert.
Okay.
Good to have you in Arcadia.
It's good to be here.
Hope you find Bonnie and Clyde hidden behind a clay bank somewhere.
All right.
Around in a car. If you do, let me know.
I sure will. Once again, I'm standing here in front of the Conger Funeral Home where they brought Bonnie and Clyde. I just had a confirmation here from Mr. Joyner that these are indeed the buildings here. These three buildings, furniture and funeral home here, is where the bodies were embalmed. So here's Bonnie and Clyde trade days. As you can see, I have a picture of the notorious couple on the front there. And this is also in Arcadia, Louisiana here. It's a big flea market here. Okay.
My name's Roy Jones, and I'm the general manager here at Bonnie and Clyde Trade Days in Arcadia, Louisiana. We appreciate you dropping by. This is a flea market operation where once a month, the weekend before the third Monday, we gather together thousands of people and buy and sell and trade and swap and all of those kinds of things. And the fact that a guy from West Virginia would drop by, we appreciate you coming by.
I think it's a beautiful area down here. There's a lot of acreage here.
Yeah, we have 130 acres here, and with 3 lakes that are stocked with primarily with catfish, and for the dealers to fish after hours and so forth. They're looking for something to do, so here they can catch their supper and dress it and cook it and eat it.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Doug.
Downtown Arcadia, Louisiana there, with the Conger Funeral Home there, right beside the Sears building. Arcadia, Louisiana. This is another street here. There's my rent-a-car. Okay. Gives you an overview of the town here. Once again, those are the 3 stores there that